Well, the NALCS Spring Finals are about to kick off, but right now I'm joined by an EU LCS owner who, for some reason, is here instead of at EU LCS Finals.
How
does this happen?
On the way here.
Okay, just the wrong plane. You're
Yeah.
like, wait, I thought EU LCS Finals were in Vegas. What's going on?
I think I drank too much. I picked an airplane, got on, and somehow I ended up in Las Vegas. That happens to a lot of people, though, I hear.
So you are Marty Strenczewilk.
That was very close,
Okay,
very close.
yes.
Marty Strenczewilk.
Okay, yeah, that's what I said. I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's loud in here. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, no problem.
Owner of Splyce, which is a team which arguably still establishing their brand right now. You've done the first split. I interviewed you right as the announcement basically coming out that you had acquired these guys. What is the feeling for you about the team and the whole situation after the first split?
I feel really good about things, honestly. Some people might think, oh, we had to go into relegations, we didn't make playoffs, maybe that wouldn't be because I had said I would hope our expectation is to make playoffs, but not making playoffs doesn't make it a failure. So we went into the split going, we're building a foundation. We have a lot of really young players. We had all rookies except for one guy who had a full split. And our goal was to build the foundation, really establish our macro play, allow Yamato to set up what our team was going to be built around from a strategic standpoint, and we've accomplished that. So now going into split 2, we can start really refining I guess what our style is as a team and how we play and fit into the overall EU LCS.
So what's kind of your feel about Yamato now after having worked with him?
He's amazing. The guy commands respect in a way I've never seen, especially for someone so young. The idea that he's as young as he is, people joke like it's not possible that he's so young. He has a way where he can walk up to a player when they're having a challenge, say a few words, and stabilize them, bring them back into like, okay, I see why that was a mistake, or see where I should be going. He also helps them to figure out how to recognize their own mistakes. Throughout the split, in the beginning, you'd have meetings where it was Yamato talking, right? By the end of the split, it was a pure conversation, and people would be like, hey, I saw I did this thing, what do you think about that? And that was their growth as players, and that happened a lot because Yamato taught them how to do that, and it's just really exciting to watch.
I'd love to know from you, because I feel like a lot of owners get in and they don't really imagine, or it's hard for them to understand like how crazy it can get in terms of like working with Riot, working with the other team owners, kind of like the politics of the industry, trying to secure sponsors. What has it been like for you as an owner, like reflecting now after a split and kind of as a business runner, figuring out how that whole thing works?
I'd say the biggest challenge is the timing. We came in November, December. Most brands have their budgets locked up by then, so you're trying to get figured out how do we get sponsorships when it's not August, September, October. You're trying to set up a base of operations in multiple countries. We're in Berlin, we're in UK for a Call of Duty team, we're out in the West Coast for some other ones. So we're all over the world, and that's challenging for the fact that we have 1 year under our belts, and only since August for the team itself. I feel really good about where we've gotten, though. We've established some really strong partnerships. Some of our partners like Corsair and G Fuel have really been good to go, look, you guys are new, but we see a lot of potential in you. You've had great trajectory is the thing, I guess we'd say. Like, no, we don't have the exposure that Cloud9, TSM have, but our growth has been enormous over a very short period of time. And so you have these big, awesome brands going, we want to work with you. We want to work with you long term. Yeah.
Speaking about obviously having so many different teams in so many different places, I think when we previously spoke, you realized that there was going to be some challenges with having yourself based out of North America and then basically having a European team. How have you sort of worked to solve those challenges and figure that out over the course of this split?
So Yamato's a big part of that. The fact that he is a very stabilizing voice and very structured in the way he runs things. Our entire practice is very, very structured. The guys wake up, their regimen for the day is very set, and even their meals are prepared for them in a very structured basis. So that helps a lot in the way things are run there. I would also say that we had a lot of help from people who know Coach Chris. He coached CLG last year. He was a big part of getting things established out there, so we had him there for a long time as a consultant helping out, and it really helped us establish a base of operations. Are there more challenges? Absolutely. Like right now we're hiring for another assistant coach. If you want to put your application in, now's the time. But that is another step for us in becoming a stronger unit, moving from an analyst to an assistant coach, for example. And I think it'll never end, right? We'll always be making it a little bit better, but strong communication has been a big thing, and the guys know they can always come to me with any problems. The players reach out to me all the time to talk about different things.
Kind of final question going into this coming split. As you mentioned, you're not at the TSM CLG Cloud9 level of like brand awareness yet. What is there anything you can tease? Any plans that you guys have of trying to help build that brand? Is there like big content pieces coming? I mean, what really are you going to be focusing on in the second half of the year to really start building that Splyce brand?
I mean, part of it is in certain games, we're able to really push to the top level. I mentioned Call of Duty, for example, where we placed second in Europe this year, and we just had a big pickup yesterday with one of the top 5 players. And so I think selectively picking those games where we can really make ourselves dominant, and then therefore you're expanding your brand across all of esports. Because in this day and age, everyone's watching lots of different games. You're no longer in that whole old hardcore, like League fans only watch League and Dota fans only watch Dota. So I think that's going to help a lot. And we're also going to be looking going into the fall, going into next year across all of our games going, okay, now we've established a base. How can we really maybe go make those bigger splashes, whether it's player movement, maybe it's getting into new games, those type of things.
Cool. Very good. Anything you would like to say to any of the Splyce fans out there, any of the NA fans that watch my content but don't watch EU LCS, anybody out there?
I just want to say that if you're not watching European LCS, you're missing some really awesome content. We have some incredible teams out there, Splyce being one of them, and really, like, if you enjoy NA LCS, you're going to enjoy EU LCS. So please come out, support Splyce. We've got awesome merch, repping it today here, and watch out for us because we're coming.
Very good. Thanks so much for the interview, and hope you enjoy NA LCS, the best LCS. Everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things League of Legends, esports, and more at esports.yahoo.com.